if you're not using this tool, you might be missing out on some very good deals on PulseChain. I'm talking about a DEX aggregator and getting the most bang for your buck when you're trading one coin for another. So in this video, I'm going to explain what Piteas is, and stick around till the end because I'm going to tell you guys about a new potential DEX or yield farm opportunity that also is coming out this month. Stay till the end, but this is a quick tutorial about Piteas.io. So check out Piteas.io, link below. What it is, guys, is it's a DEX aggregator that you really should know about. You really should be checking it because what a DEX aggregator is what it sounds like, an aggregator. This means it combines multiple DEXs together. And now on PulseChain, we have a thriving ecosystem growing every day. And we've got more than one DEX. Now, PulseX obviously is the primary DEX. That's this one down here. Look where my mouse is. But we've also got 4 more. And guys, these 2 right here, I'm just going to tell you, they're kind of nothing burgers. Like, nobody uses these 2. All right. But you got to keep an eye on PHUX.io as well. These 2 DEXs right here, PulseX and PHUX. Okay, they're very different. They have different sets of liquidity pools. They have different advantages. Sometimes you might get a better deal swapping one coin for another on PulseX, and other times you're going to get the better deal on PHUX.io. But rather than having to switch back and forth and always check 2 different websites, and there's going to be more in the future, stay till the end, I'll tell you about an upcoming one this month. You just don't want to have to go to multiple different websites and always be checking and worrying about whether you're getting the most out of your money that you possibly could. So that's all a DEX aggregator is. It's a simple front end, and it routes you to all these different protocols, and they're going to be adding more in the near future. Incoming protocols right here. You can read the documentation. We're going to talk about some of the killer features that are coming up for Piteas, so don't miss that as well. But let's just do a quick demo. Let's press launch app. Look right here, guys. It looks just like every other DEX, right? It's nothing crazy, but what it's doing on the back end is it's actually linking all the DEXs together so that you don't have to check PulseX versus PHUX, and in the future, possibly many more. Now, let's say, I'm coming in for the first time. I want to buy Hex. I've got some PulseChain, and I want to buy some Hex because we've just seen a lot of people actually, a couple $100,000 just today went into Hex. Apparently, it was sitting on the sidelines waiting to be deployed off that fake out ETF Bitcoin news, right? So we saw a bunch of whales actually rush into Hex. Anyway, let's say you want to swap some PLS for some Hex, all right? We're going to type in, what about 1 million PLS? That's $41 today for 5,500 Hex, okay? Look at this right here. Let's click show route right here. And this will actually show you the DEXs that it's actually routing the order through to get you the best deal. Now look, this is exactly what I expected. Okay, this is exactly what I expected. It's routing you through PulseX V1, a couple different liquidity pools in PulseX V1. So it's routing you through PulseX, and it's even using the V1 plus V2 order routing. You can see it's routing through V1 PulseX and V2, and 2 different pools, right? So on the back end, it's actually really advanced. It's routing through different pools, different versions within the DEX, and it's getting you the best deal on PulseChain to Hex. Now we expected this, right? Because the PulseX Hex liquidity pair is highly incentivized, right? It's one of the most liquid pools on PulseX and in all of PulseChain. I think there's like maybe $7 to $10 million of liquidity in that pool right now, the PulseX pool. But, let's say, for example, I'm coming in with a random like poop coin or something, and I just want to get rid of it, and I want to swap that into maybe something longer term like Hex, for example. So let's say I invested in some poop coin. It didn't work out too well for me. And I'm just going to pick one that hopefully doesn't offend anybody. I'm going to blur this coin out because I don't want anybody to be offended that I called their coin a poop coin. Okay, but a lot of people are degenning out there, and maybe they're tired of losing money. Maybe they want to get into a longer term staking ladder or make just a year stake or try to time the next bull market. And so if you're trying to trade one of these more off-brand coins, okay, let's check the route on this one. Let's just call it coin XYZ. We're trying to trade coin XYZ for PHEX, all right? Let's show the route here. Well, here, this is actually a very interesting one. Here we could see it's actually routing through all 4 different DEXs. Look, it's routing through those DEXs that nobody uses. Those 2 that I said don't really worry about them because no one's using them. But it's also routing through FUX and PulseX. This particular route is very interesting because it routes through PulseX V2, V1, PHUX, and the 2, random DEXs that no one uses. So, it really is combining all these things together. And this coin is a very low traded coin, but you're still able to get by and actually get minimal slippage on this very low liquidity coin that barely anybody's trading. So this is really the advantage of using Piteas, is that Piteas.io, even if you're trading some off-brand niche kind of poop coin that nobody really cares about or that's losing a lot of people's interest, for example, you can still get out into something that's, maybe more solid, more long-term, and you can get a better deal. You're still eating 3% slippage on a $40 order, right? So that's not ideal, but it's better than you would be able to get pretty much anywhere else. And you wouldn't realize that you'd have to hop through all these different liquidity pools, right? There's no way I would know that I'd have to hop through all 4 or 5 of these liquidity pools just to transform one coin into p-hex. So that's how it works. Just make sure you're checking here first, and it'll take care of all the heavy lifting for you on the back end. But now I want to tell you guys about some really killer features. Let's look at the documentation. I know nobody wants to read the documentation, but I'll read it for you guys. We got to check out the roadmap right here because they have one feature in particular that you need to be aware of. You can see all the stuff they've done so far, right? They've got audits, they've got a GraphQL feed, they launched, which is pretty cool. I mean, I like when stuff actually exists. Now they've got a token that I'm not really interested in, no offense. I'm just, I'm not buying the token. I don't have any interest in the token, but the platform itself provides a useful service. But look what they're going to do in Q4. Okay, look what they're going to plan to do in Q4. Single-sided staking, they claim. I mean, we'll see if that happens. It's not really a game changer for me. We've got single-sided staking elsewhere. Stay to the end of the video. I'll tell you about a new upcoming yield farm opportunity. And then limit orders. Limit orders would be pretty cool. I would like this a lot. I'd like for them to check this off their box. But look at this one down here in Q1 2024. Okay, gasless trading. This right here is a killer feature, in my opinion. Why? Because gasless trading, it doesn't mean you don't pay any gas. It means you pay gas in the token that you're swapping in. Which means when people are onboarding from, 0x Coast, for example, gainpulsechain.com, get 5,000 free tokens. If you're going to gainpulsechain.com and you're buying stablecoins and you're minting stablecoins from your bank account, well, look, a first-time user that only has a stablecoin, they don't have any Pulse, and so it's a chicken and egg problem that exists in all of crypto, right? A lot of people don't know that they have to have a gas token to swap one coin for another. So this would take all that hassle out, for example, and it would allow somebody with a stablecoin to go ahead and buy Pulse, buy their first initial set of Pulse to have, gas fees forever, but they'd be able to pay their first transaction fee in the form of the stablecoin, and the stablecoin would go to a router that's taking care of all the trading for them. So this is a killer feature. Limit orders is pretty cool. Single-sided staking is all right, sure, but gasless trading is what I'm really looking forward to, and this will integrate very nicely with 0x Coast, which is the stablecoin minting platform that already exists on PulseChain today. All links in description below. That's gainpulsechain.com. You can mint stablecoins with your bank account in like 5-10 minutes. But yeah, check out Piteas, and then the Piteas combo with Coast is going to be a real game changer, guys. And when it comes to Piteas, right, PHUX offers higher liquidity on a lot of different coins that you wouldn't be able to find really anywhere else. So for example, let's say you want to trade Hex for one of the perpetual Maximus tokens. If you want to buy Hex, let's say you want to buy Maxi, it's a pooled 15-year stake, all right, or even Deci, which there's a huge discount on right now. You can actually do this over here. Let's say I want to trade 1 million Hex. Like, that's kind of a lot of money. That's $7,500 for Deci token. I'm actually able to get 1.17 million Deci token for 1 million Hex. That seems like a pretty good deal. And you might want to ignore these dollar values down here because I'm not sure if you're actually getting $13,000 worth of a token for 7. That doesn't seem right. But all the liquidity, for example, on the Maximus Perpetuals, it's all on PHUX. And you wouldn't know that if you were only on PulseX. If you were only using PulseX, you'd have no idea that there's actually all the liquidity for these, base, Deci, Maxi, Lucky, all the pooled stakes, the pooled Hex stakes. You wouldn't realize that, all the real liquidity for those is over on PHUX. See, look right here. A large percentage of the order routing is through PHUX, and a very small percent is going through PulseX. So, Piteas has these advantages just because PHUX and PulseX both have differentiated value. Also, if you're trying to swap one stablecoin for another stablecoin, typically you're going to want to go to PHUX. And again, you don't have to worry about that. If you're trying to trade, DAI for USDC, you could trade $1 million worth, and it's going to mostly route you through PHUX. Look at that. See? And you wouldn't know that if you were only on PulseX. So thanks for sticking till the end. Let's talk about the up-and-coming new DEX, which is potentially a new yield farm opportunity. I forgot to mention this in my previous videos, but there's a lot of stuff potentially happening in October. Not only liquid loans, not only Mintra.ai, NFT platform. Liquid loans is an algo stablecoin, decentralized borrowing, zero-interest loans. We've also got a brand new DEX with yield farming and single-sided staking, almost positively launching this month. Now, it might not, but we've gotten word in the Telegram channels that it's pretty close to launching. And it's just something to keep an eye on, okay? That's this one right here. It's called 9inch.io. And yes, I know 9inch sounds like a joke. It is a joke. But what they've been waiting for, what the lag has taken so long for, is that they're really getting audited. They're doing it right. They're going to try to be as safe and secure as they can. So they've got 2 audits, which are finished. And I think they're just fixing the last bug right now. And once 9inch is linked into Piteas in terms of their order routing, you'll also be able to get all the best deals on, You know, if you like meme coins, I'm not really into them, but just keep an eye on this one anyway. Not because of the meme coins for me. Like, I'm not really a huge fan. I don't play those games typically. But yield farming and single-sided staking are going to be on 9inch too. So don't sleep on 9inch. I just wanted to give that alpha at the end of the video because that should be coming sometime in the next 2 weeks. Probably. I don't work for them. I have no idea. But October is going to be a big month for launches on PulseChain. Launches of pretty cool stuff to keep an eye on. So guys, if you want to get the best bang for your buck, if you want to get the best order execution on PulseChain, make sure you're getting the best deal. Make sure you're not losing money. And try Piteas.io just to save you time on having to search through, all the different dexes to get the best deal. If you found this valuable, like, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment. If you're brand new to crypto and none of this made any sense to you, I do have a course. It takes you from zero to hero. If you know nothing about crypto, this course is specifically for you. Check that out in the description below. And guys, I'll see you on the next video.